Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody has a great Friday. Have a great weekend. So, I didn't get to fill out a bracket this year. I didn't get a chance to get down to the library and print off a women's and men's bracket. You know what? I think I did one last year. Or, no, wait, maybe it was 2 years ago. And that was the first time I've done one in like 3 or 4 years. So, but what's crazy, every time I fill out a bracket, I always do better on the women's. Like picking the Elite Eight, picking the Sweet 16. I don't know why. I always do better than the men's. But anyway, here's the recap from yesterday. So, some crazy games. There's been a few upsets. So, number 9 seeded Michigan State beat number 8 Mississippi State 69-51. Duquesne, our first upset of day one. Duquesne, number 11, upset number 6 seeded BYU 71-67. Number 3 seeded Creighton beat number 14 seeded Akron 77-60. There's a few people that are saying they're picking Creighton to be in the Final Four. Number 2 Arizona had an easy job beating number seeded 15 Long Beach 85-65. North Carolina handled number 16 seeded Wagner 90-62. This Moorhead and Illinois game, when I got out of work, it was going on. I think it was halftime. Soon as I got into the car, I think it was Illinois hit a 55-foot half-court shot at halftime. I was like, whoa, what a way to get off work and listen to the game where they hit a 55-foot half-court shot. But when I got home from work, Illinois started pulling ahead, so they defeated Moorhead 85-69. Another upset, number 11 seeded Oregon upset number 6 seeded South Carolina 87-73. Number 7 seeded Dayton just squeaked by number 10 seeded Nevada 63-60. Number 7 Texas defeated number 10 Colorado State 56-44. Huge upset. Maybe the biggest upset of yesterday. Number 3 seeded Kentucky fell to number 14 seeded Oakland 80-76. I think they were talking about on First Take, like, so many brackets were ruined. Dan Orlowski was just talking about he had Kentucky winning it at all. Kentucky has been knocked out of the last 4 to 5. Their last 4 of 5 NCAA tournament games. They haven't won a champion since 2012. They're talking about John Calipari maybe getting fired. I don't know. I think he's going to come back maybe one more year. I think they're going to give Calipari one more year, but I think he might get fired if they don't do anything next year. I don't know. My prediction, that's my prediction. I think he'll come back for one more year. They're going to give him one more chance. Number 5 seeded Gonzaga defeated number 12 seeded McNeese 86-65. Number 2 Iowa State beat number 15 San Diego State 82-65. Number 2 seeded Tennessee beat St. Peter's 83-49. Another upset. NC State, number 11 seeded, beat number 6 seeded Texas Tech 80-67. Number 7 seeded Washington State beat number 10 seeded Drake 66-61. And number 4 Kansas. Wow. They just squeaked by number 13 seeded Samford 93-89. How many brackets would have been ruined yesterday with Kansas and Kentucky both falling out of the tournament? So the game should be kicking off here in the next 20 minutes. The first game we've got today is number 9 Northwestern against number 8 Florida Atlantic. And we also have, kicking off pretty soon, number 14 seeded Colgate against number 3 Baylor. If I would have done the bracket, this would have been my upset. I'm going with this. I'm going with my pick today. This is my upset pick of day 2. I'm picking number 12 seeded UAB to upset number 5 San Diego State in this game today. We've got number 2 Marquette against number 15 Western Kentucky. Number 1 UConn, which a lot of people have UConn winning it all, against number 16 Stetson. Can Stetson do it today? Who knows? We got number 6 Clemson against number 11 seeded New Mexico. There's a few people that were talking on First Take. They were saying they think this is going to be the upset game of today, with New Mexico upsetting Clemson. Number 4 Auburn against number 13 Yale. Number 7 Florida against number 10 Colorado. Nebraska against Texas A&M. Number 4 Duke against number 13 seeded, Vermont. Number 1 Purdue is playing against number 16 seeded Grambling State. Purdue has an easy road to the Final Four. I think they're going to do it. I hope. I'm backing up Purdue. I would love to see that Zach Edey get a championship. I'd love to see Purdue. I was always a big fan of the Big Dog when he was with Purdue. Number 4 seeded Alabama against number 13 Charleston. Number 1 Houston against number 16 Longwood. I don't trust Houston. They've been shaky all year. I don't see Houston getting to the Elite 8 or Sweet 16. Number 5, Wisconsin against number 12, James Madison. Number 8, Utah State's playing number 9 seeded TCU. And number 12, Grand Canyon is playing against number 5, St. Mary's of California. So a lot of great games. I'm going to try to be checking on my phone like the scores and see if there's any big upsets, especially my pick for today, that UAB game and the San Diego State. So enjoy the games today if you're off. Hopefully your bracket is still alive. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.